Hey guys, Rabbit Brew here, back with another Starcraft Broodwar Remastered cast, and today I have something just a little bit special. I've received these games a little while ago in my Discord, and I was told that these are crazy games. The title for this one is called The Molding Ape. I don't really know what a molding ape is or what it's supposed to mean. But I have a feeling that sometimes I just dig into my replay pack and it's the lucky packet section. I think we're in the lucky packet section today. I don't actually even know who is playing. I just know that this game is called The Molding Ape. So let's see what we get. It is a PvT for what it's worth. And we are on Vermeer. This was played in 2022. And I have two back-to-back games for you today. So edition 1 is The Molding Ape. And edition 2 is called Peak Starcraft, which is a PvP. I can only imagine the kind of funny shenanigans a Peak Starcraft PvP could result in. But for now, we are focusing on the PvT. Okay, so everything so far seems pretty normal. We have a scouting probe going out doing scouting probe stuff. We have a gateway. If I didn't know better, I would say I think I know who's playing here, but I can't say for sure. So we'll leave that part of mystery. These are strange Smurf names that I've never come across before. I did cast a game called One Base Nuke, where I had no idea who the players were, and the game was just so well received. People really thought that was very, very funny. And so these fun games where people do crazy shit are quite popular, and that's cool. So, you know, I will make what people enjoy watching, because otherwise, what the hell are we here to do, right? I mean, that's just what makes sense. Okay, so our Terran player's out doing a scout. This is just bog standard StarCraft. The only thing that I don't see is gas. You don't build a core before gas, dude. That's just bad. That's bad. That's not like... That's not aggressive or anything. It's just bad. That's bad craft. No. Don't do that. Naughty. Alright, anywho, we're going to keep a count on this gas. If we stop at 100, then it is an expansion. If we don't, then it's not. Okay, so we stopped at 100, so it looks like an expansion. This just looks like a factory opening, and then gearing up to save enough money for an expansion. So nothing weird here. And we've now started to mine our gas, even though we did it the wrong way around, and we're adding a pylon. So no molding or aping or anything at this stage that I can... Okay, wait, what the hell is this? Just a pylon block? Okay, so not the first time I've seen that, and probably not the last time I've seen that. You don't see it a lot, but there isn't really too much to read into that, if anything. So the Marines will come down and kill this. If our Protoss is any kind of decent, we'll probably just cancel the pylon. So cancel the pylon! Cancel the pylon! Cancel the... Okay, so he's not any kind of decent, unfortunately. So a second gateway is on the way. So it looks like a 2-gate build. No range. No range. We've got money now for range. Okay, so 2-gate build, but because of the order of the timing on our gas, which was a little bit delayed, he's kept the pylon here. I don't know why. He's building the command center on the high ground, which makes sense because he wants to float it in. He has the factory on the way, so that's all good. Here comes the Dragoon to be a nuisance. There are 3 Marines on the high ground. The Dragoons don't have range. 2 more Dragoons are on the way. I just feel like this is going to be a heap of Dragoon pressure from our Protoss. Let's see. So he holds him there for the time being. I think this is just going to be an attempt to deny the expansion. But that being said, this is nothing more than a 1021 double gate range opening, which I've seen played plenty of times here. It looks like he's going to take an expansion as well. So far, relatively normal. Okay, yes, these goons are here, so you're going to need a little bit more muscle, Mr. Terran, to get down there and expand. So you've got 1 tank, you've got siege mode on the way. Potentially you could be building a 2nd tank. I'm not quite sure what you're waiting for by not building a tank, unless you want to add a few more factories first. The Citadel's coming in. I see the Citadel in the production tab. It looks like we are going to get some DT pressure. Why are you floating it back? Hello? Oh, of course, our Protoss lost his damn pylon, and now he's got himself supply block because he didn't expect that. He hasn't gone Robo. He skipped Robo, and he's just going straight for a Citadel. So some early DTs can be expected, and now he's positioning the Dragoons here quite nicely. Tanks have got siege mode, so they're sieging up on the high ground. They should be able to hit nothing from here. Okay, so not ideal. Not ideal. Needs to move forward. Okay, so he's moving a tank onto the low ground here. If these goons move forward to be in range of this tank, then the other tanks are going to be able to fire at them. So that's actually what you want. So I think all of these goons will get lost. The Marines are having a field day firing away. Okay, he did lose one tank, but now these Marines can come after this goon. He doesn't actually have many hit points left. It is taking an age for this Terran to be able to get this command center down. He is building an academy, but he's got no eBay. So these DTs could potentially be a real pain in the backside. Command center's landed, bunker goes up, tank is in position. So far so good. Only one gas from our Protoss. He is pumping out probes at least from one of his Nexi. The Robo's on its way. A couple of DTs are on the way. He's going to try and rush these DTs down as soon as possible, unless it's a drop. Let's see what he does with the Robo. The Robo's popped out now. Does he pull the shuttle? No, although he doesn't yet. He does have the money, but he's not building a shuttle. It's going up to 3, so this is 3 gate DT from our Protoss friend, and our Terran has got he's got 1 scanner. Okay, so we're gonna have to keep an eye on the scanner. The scanner is gonna have to do a lot of really good work. So here come the Zero Tools. They've got the red capes, they've got everything they need, and they are marching down to the Terran base to do some damage. So let's see how we go. Does he have mines? He hasn't researched. He's researching mines, but he hasn't laid any mines as of yet. I think that is going to be important. The barracks does come down here to create a little bit of war, and a turret is being built. So I obviously missed the eBay coming up. Where are you, eBay? There you are. So the eBay has been built and floated. So this Terran did understand that this could be a risk. The turret, though, is just not going to get built. There's an SCV trying to build it. The target's down the SCV. The turret's up, though. Oh, man. One of the DTs goes down, and so does the other. That's a good block. Here comes a third one, though. The scan didn't wear off, so he lost all 3 DTs for nothing. Oh, my gosh. That was insane. Okay, so the mines have been laid as well. So I think the DTs have actually had their day. And our Protoss friend here is in a world of pain. I don't think he's going to have any chance of winning this game. Basically, Terran just has to move, build a couple more turrets here and there, lay mines in the right place, macro up, go across and kill this Protoss. Unless this Protoss is able to change gears. He does have 38 workers versus 27, which is good. He does have the 4 gates. He does potentially need to look at adding on to his production, though. Taking a 3rd base behind this. I suppose he does feel like he has a little bit of map control. That being said, slow zealots against vultures are not going to have a lot of fun. The vultures now move away, so we have 3 zealots, 2 DTs, a lot of mines, and oh man, those mines didn't trip. That's lucky, but these ones might. Okay, so he's laid a few mines here, and he's seen that the Terran is that the Protoss is expanded again. These mines are going to trip. And those one DT dies, the other one has got virtually no hit points, and he gets killed. Okay, this is just absolutely appalling play. Oh my word. So my lucky packet has got a Protoss buffoon inside. This guy is an absolute Protoss buffoon. He makes me ashamed to say I play Protoss. I am ashamed. Ashamed, I tell you. Ashamed. And we have 2. Oh my god. I was going to say, if both observers died, I was just going to switch this game off. I was just like, nope, sorry, I refuse to show everybody this bad of a player. It is just atrocious. And now Terran is like, you know what, brother? I've had enough of you. I'm going to move out with my units, and I'm going to come and smush your stupid face. So let's see what he has. He has 3 zealots and 2 goons and a dream, and that is actually it. Wow. Okay, good luck, unsiege tanks. He doesn't even have to siege the tanks up. You can just kill the units here with tanks in tank mode. He can just A-move his way to victory. Building 4 Dragoons, so he does have a little bit of reinforcements. A couple of tanks have sieged up. He didn't have to siege all of them. He kept a few in tank mode, which is all he needs to do. Now would be a good time to go into siege mode and siege up right there. There we go. So sieges a few further forward, a couple further back. Nice line of tanks. There are 4 Dragoons left here. They do not stand a chance. This buffoon. Nice, calling him a cheater. Learn to play. What? How are you a cheater? You idiot. You just suck. You just got smashed because you suck. What? Oh man, these bad losers. And you called it cheese. It wasn't cheese. He absorbed your useless DT plane. He gave you a smack. And now I think the Terran's like, I don't want to leave yet. I'm too pumped up for smashing this fool. So he hasn't left the game as of yet. I think he just went up to check how many bases this guy had. So he was getting up a few more. That was pretty fun. Okay, so that was the first thing that we had in our bag of tricks. Let's see what happens in the second game. I'm going to cut this one short here because killing a player who left the game, not fun to watch. So, on to game 2. Let's go. Okay, this time we're on Silphid, and it is a PvP. And the one player seems to be Korean. And the other player seems to be Manadog, who I know from the Discord scene. Sorry, I just had a few issues with my buttons. I've now figured that all out. So we have a Korean Protoss playing in red against Manadog. He's playing under the Smurf name Sonny Monroe. Manadog is off racing as Protoss. This could be a hell lot of fun. His name is in the title, so I'm going to assume it's him. If it's not, and it's just a game he sent me, it's all good. It's ladder shenanigans. It's in the lucky packet. So what are we going to get in our lucky packet? On Neo Silphid, we are going to get a proxy pylon. So there we go. So this looks like it could be a proxy 99. This is not actually designed to be a cheese compilation. I am going to be making 2 additional cheese compilations above the one I've already made that's on the channel. I've got about 20 games in a cheese pack that I will be putting together and making 2, maybe even 3 additional cheese compilations. These ones I just pulled out because it was described as peak Starcraft, some of the best Starcraft you can ever hope to see. So I don't exactly know if that's true, probably not, based on the first game. It certainly wasn't, but it's the lucky packet. We call it the ladder lucky packet. And I had a lot of fun watching that Protoss get smashed and then accusing the Terran of cheating, which is just what really bad losers on the ladder tend to do. And now we're going to have some fun with some proxy shenanigans. And wow, a 12 Nexus against a proxy. This is spicy. A spicy, spicy, spicy meatball. He's built a proxy gateway, but nothing out of it yet. Okay, so here comes the very first. Both Protoss. Okay, so obviously he's gone with a. Maybe he's playing a random? I don't even know. Friends? No, mate. I don't think it's friends. I suck. Well, there we go. I suck. You suck. We both suck. Oh, Manadog, you are a comedian. I love it. Okay, so the first zealot is on his way. And he's facing a whole heap of mana pylons. Look at the number of mana pylons this guy's building. And a shield battery. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. What is he doing behind this? You said my life for Aya, but I don't think you meant it. Yeah, absolutely, you didn't mean it. Doesn't care about Aya. He's fighting against you. He is a mean ladder dude. Okay, so we have 1 mana pylon. We have 1 shield battery. We have 1 actual gateway that belongs to Manadog. We have another mana pylon. This probe has got to die eventually. He even built a forge. Why would you build a forge in his base? You got a cannon rush him? No. Okay, so that probe is finally dead. I question the sanity of the cannon, I must be honest. Another mana pylon kind of makes some sense. The 2 zealots in here basically fighting against probes. They're going to knock down this pylon, which of Manadog, which is powering his only gateway, which is building a zealot out of it currently. Here comes a zealot to distract these guys a little bit. But this is pressure, man. And he could easily add a cannon to his repertoire here with the red Protoss if he chose to. But it's 2 zealots versus 1. And he's using the battery. Manadog is in a world of pain here. In fact, if he'd focused down this pylon, I thought it would have been GG. Thankfully, though, another pylon has come up, so his gateway is powered for now. He has the Nexus up, interestingly enough. I don't know if he's too preoccupied with Econ at this stage. Based on the way this game started, probably not. Sending his own Zealot across just to do some economic harassment, to buy himself some time, which is quite smart. He's got maybe 8 to 10 probes here. He's picking up another one here. This is going to be a head-on engagement between these two Zealots, but the shield battery is an asset that, there we go, we see the shield get immediately recharged. That is such a huge help here for the red Zealots, and so they are far harder for Manadog to beat because he doesn't have his own battery. The thing I still question was building this pylon. Another gateway surely would have been the way to go, but nonetheless, because I mean, if you built this forge and you're not building cannons with it, why do you have it? It's not upgrading anything for you, it's not doing anything for you. If you're walling something, I don't really see how that's benefiting you either. Anyway, so he's got 2 Zealots out, so it looks like he's weathered a bit of pressure. Yeah, these 2 Zealots have run all the way into the main of the red Protoss to try and kill a few pylons, but if nothing, just to reduce the numbers. So another Zealot comes out here. So 2 blue Zealots are now starting to chip away at the mana pylons. There's actually 3 in these mains, so he stabilized quite nicely and hasn't stopped building workers. So yes, he lost a lot initially, and now the worker parity is square, which is quite something. Our Protoss now is using his forge that he built in his opponent's main as a mechanism to put some cannons up. So now I am seeing a bit of merit. I still don't know why you had to build it there, why you just didn't build it in your own base. But anyway, it's neither here nor there. He is taking the opportunity to build the cannons at home and establish his own nexus. So this game has just been, well, bad, if I'm honest. Just really bad StarCraft. But that being said, when people do crazy shit to you on ladder, you have to respond as best you can. If you grind out a win when this happens to you, it actually feels pretty good, man. So that's actually impressive. A cybernetic score coming in from our red Protoss, and a second gateway coming in for Manadog. The unrelenting Zealot pressure and just killing workers all the time, keeping the worker parity almost the same all the whole game long. These Zealots seem to live forever. Another one now, but I can kill the shield battery, you can kill the pylons, you can kill the forge, and that's actually really going to set the red Protoss back. But he's fighting here now in the mineral line. It's 2 versus 1 though, and he's got 4 Zealots. If he can hold the line, which he's done beautifully. He does get in though, which is super annoying. He had 5 Zealots with 1 job to do, but he's just decided, stuff it. I'm going to send my 5 Zealots across, see if you hold it. Maybe unbeknownst to him, there's 3 cannons there, which are going to be quite difficult to break. He's going to lose more workers here. These guys are fighting, but the Zealot's still got quite a few hit points on him, although not that many. But here comes another red Zealot. 2 blue ones have chased. Deciding where to send your units here has just been chaos. I'm sure focusing down the proxy gate has got to be the play. Our red Protoss though has got goons out, which if his micro is good could be a real difference maker. The shield battery and the pylon, the forge all still live. You're not going to get much done here against these cannons, which is why I thought the counter was probably not the best call. Getting the cannons up was probably a master stroke from the red, and now he's also got the cybernetic score, which means he's got range attacks, something that unfortunately our blue Protoss does not have. So this goon could basically run around all day and kite, assuming the player's got the APM to manage this, and these Zealots could potentially not get a single shot up, but he got a bit stuck here behind this mineral line. I think kiting here is a mistake because you're going to get wrecked by the Zealots. And what did you get? You got 2 bloody probes for your trouble, and that's it. You need to run. Okay, so he does recharge the battery, but that battery seems to be out of power now. Another Zealot is coming in, so 5 Zealot against 1 Dragoon. But I'm pretty sure another Dragoon will be ready down soon. And the Templar Archives is coming up from red. So very, very soon, detection and the ability to see GTs is going to become critical. He does not have a forge. He does have a forge. Okay, so he's got his own forge. He needs to get a cannon or 2 up quick. Otherwise, he's going to be in real trouble. This goon is stuck. He got us around. He killed the goon. Good play from Manadog. Good micro. But this goon's still going strong. And he's going to have to try and surround him as well. He needs to get a cannon up ASAP. Another goon is coming down. How many gates has he got? So he's got the proxy. And that is it. The one thing I will say, yes, he's got the tech edge, but he's got 1 gateway, and that is all. A GT is on his way. Here comes the cannon, though, and that is huge. This cannon's going to come up just in time. If he can position his Zealots in a good spot. In fact, his cannon now is busy killing the forge. He's got a cannon in his main. If he can get a cannon in this mineral line as well, then that DT is going to achieve virtually nothing. So let's track this DT and see what he does. I'm a little out of breath because this game has been nuts. So this is an edition of Lucky Packet Craft. Okay, so that DT just died in a flash. Very nicely held. So good composure from Manadog. He's going to knock over these buildings pretty easily. He's going to kill the shield battery and try and block the sight of his Protoss opponent. His Protoss opponent now is going to be pretty hard to kill, in the sense that he has got a lot of cannons in his front door. He's building 2 Stargates back here. So now is he going to go carriers? After everything we've watched so far, can we really also handle carriers? It's just so much for us to bear, man. We've been through so much. You've put the viewers through so much so far. Now you're going to put us through carriers too? Really? Is that fair? Is that okay? I don't know. I don't think it is. But let's see. Oh my god, both players are building Stargates. They both decided that this is the plan. Unbe-freaking-lievable. Okay, so the robo comes up. Potentially, probably just for observers, if I were to speculate. I can't say for sure. Fleet beacon's on its way, so it's definitely carriers from red. What is our blue Terran going to do with his Stargates? What I want to know. And where is it? That's a cannon. Must be here. Okay, so his Stargate's coming up. He's adding a second. So both players have decided to go carrier. I swear this is insane. You cannot coordinate this. This is just crazy. He's got more money, does the red. He's got so many cannons that it's going to be very difficult to break. And there's cannons also in the mineral line, so even drops are not going to be that effective. Another DT here. Carrier and observer on the way from our red. +1 attacks, plasma shields. Fleet beacon on the way from blue. This has been a PvP for the ages. This is the lucky packet snack box of bad, crazy StarCraft, brought to you by Rabbit Brew to entertain you and all those who are fans of this brilliant, brilliant, beautiful game. Okay, so our carriers are on the way, so he's going to have the carrier edge. He's running out of gas though. Is he mining from both his gases? Yes. Yes, so no problem there with gas saturation. Manadog is also mining from both his gases. He's gone for 3 Stargates. I don't know if these guys are under the illusion that they have enough money on 2 bases to run this 3 carriers or double carrier builds. But it doesn't matter. They're just doing it anyway. Although, the bad news for our friend Mr. Manadog is that our red Protoss has got a observer on the map. So he knows exactly what to expect. Conversely though, our friend Manadog does not have an observer on the map. In fact, he doesn't even have a robo. So I think that's probably going to be the difference between these 2 players. I can't imagine that Manadog is going to be expecting the carriers from his opponent. I think he's expecting to be the one that's going to spring the surprise, and that is most certainly not going to be the case. So we're now kind of just in this holding pattern, waiting to see how many carriers are going to come out. Lots of cannons back here, so it's a cannoning, carriering, and I think because red knows carriers are on the way, he's turtling up a little bit more. And adding in the carriers as he goes. So these zealots were down here. I think the DT started swiping at them, so they decided, okay, I'm just going to run back home where I have the security of my cannons to look after me. Thank you very much. And you guys thought I was going to bring you another Bisu versus fantasy, huh? Haha. That'll teach you. Okay, so we're expanding here right on the front door of our opponent. But what is interesting though is the carriers should in theory give him map control, although Manadog has got way more probes and way more production, so his 2 carriers are out. He's going to be able to produce 3 more. Our red Terran's only got 2. He does have 3 Stargates. He's only got the 2 carriers out at the moment. He's building a lot more cannons, and maybe being defensive here and not prioritizing units could be a mistake that ends up costing him. He's adding another cybernetic score so he can get into double upgrades. I don't see that Manadog is doing the same thing. Manadog isn't taking a... I lie. So Manadog is taking a 3rd down here. So both players expanding as well in all this craziness. This, though, is very, very hard to reinforce, whereas this probably isn't. It's probably quite natural for him to fly from here to here and defend, whereas this is most certainly not. Guys, this game This game, what a crazy game. 12 Nexus versus Proxy versus cannons in base versus counters versus goons versus DTs, and now carrier versus carrier. You just do not get better StarCraft than this. This is how this game was meant to be played. It was meant to be like this to entertain you, me, and all future generations and lovers of this great game. Alright, so what's our count here? We've got 3 versus 5. Wow, okay, and he's decided to go. Alright, so it's go time on 5. He's not building any more out of it. Okay, so he starts up another one. It really is a matter of resources, but he has not stopped adding workers, and I think that's going to be the key difference here. His ability to reinforce is just going to be stronger, and he's just probably going to have more numbers at the end of the day. 1, 2, 3, 4, it looks like here, versus 5. He could just start knocking down this base, forcing a fight. I don't know if he knows this base is here, but it's probably quite natural for him to fly this way and down. But let's see what routing or what pathing these carriers take when he does eventually move out with them. So let's go. Here the carriers move out. Where are they going to go? What are they going to target down first? That's the big question here. And they fly straight over this base, which is fantastic news. So he's going to knock this down. Now remember, the red Protoss has only got 45 workers. Manadog has done beautifully to rebuild his workers and to get his all 3 bases beautifully saturated. I wouldn't be surprised if he has a Probia in position to take a 4th if he feels like he needs it. He's going to knock this base down. All of the workers were evacuated, sure, but the red players have got a limited amount of cash. So it doesn't really help him that much to have that evacuation. I don't think he's going to knock down the Nexus, which is interesting. Why would you knock down the Nexus? I don't know. Because he wants to go and take a fight here. Where are our red players' carriers? Where are they? Where? Okay, so he's flying the other way. He's going to go counter and kill the base. He must have found this base. There's no other explanation for it. So he's just leaving this to die. Okay, yes, there are a lot of cannons here that can kill interceptors, but interceptors can be easily rebuilt. So he sent his carriers across here to fight. Manadog behind this is building 3 more carriers and has got way more cash. But you can see, so the red player shows his carriers for the first time. Both Manadog typing lol going, oh my word, carriers play carriers. What a ridiculous game. And he decides, okay, stuff it. I'm not going to worry about that. I'm actually going to kill all of your production. So if I kill all your Stargates, you can't reinforce and I can. And by the time your carriers get across here, I will have had more carriers to reinforce and can probably take you out. So he sacks this base and decides the objective here is to knock down the starports, surely? All 4 of them? No? So just killing probes. I think that's sensible. Probes is income. Income is oxygen. Oxygen is life. Okay, so he stayed and knocked down the Nexus. I don't think that was necessarily the right call. I think he kind of had to engage. He didn't have another choice. Manadog's got way more money. He's having gateways now. The red guy, I don't know if that's going to help. He's down to 15 probes. There's mind control. Yay! We didn't see that for a while, so he gets to kill one of the carriers with mind control. He's been tidied up there really fast. And where has our red Protoss gone? So he's going to come back with his carriers to try and take a fight. By the time he does that, Manadog is going to have moved out with 4 more carriers. So it's going to be 4 versus 4, and he's potentially going to be able to flank here, although these carriers are going to take a really long time to get here. So here we go, carrier versus carrier. You do not see this very often. This is a really nice thumbnail. A crazy PvP. Look at this. And the upgrade advantage and probably the numbers advantage means that the red carriers are gone. He can't keep building interceptors. He's running out of cash. So this is going to be a smush. He leaves the game. Manadog wins. Probably the most dynamic and fun PvP you could ever watch to see. Thank you to my Discord for sending me these crazy games to cast. This was a fun little mini compilation. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm Rabbit.Ru. If you do enjoy Variety Brood War, please do consider subscribing to my channel. Until next time, ciao for now.